But this time, I'm telling myself either I stand in the corner or do nothing, or I get in the ring. So I got in the ring and created more opportunities for veterans transitioning out of the Australian Defence Force. Good evening, everybody, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Karyn Hinder. I'm a mum, I'm a wife, and I'm a veteran with service in the Australian Army and the Royal Australian Air Force. But I'm the founder of Working Spirit, which is a registered charity based here in WA, assisting veterans into employment. Tonight, like a Taylor Swift song without the breakup, I will take you on a quick journey into Working Spirit, who we are, what we do, and how you can help. But one thing I want you to ponder whilst I'm telling this story is for the veterans in the room, do you remember where you were when you made the decision to join the military? And do you remember where you were when you made the decision to leave? So here goes. So it was a typical Perth day, heading to work at No. 2 Flying Squadron at RAF Base PS. The drive, for anyone who has done it, is quite uneventful, a country road, and not much else. But the radio started to play a segment on careers. For some reason, I tuned in and thought about transition, knowing someday that I would leave the Australian Defence Force. I had attended transition seminars, but was cruising along in my career, and by this time at 24 years service, starting to think about what would I do. I was married with one child and I was pregnant with my second. I was fortunate enough to be selected for the Prince's Trust Lead Your Own Business program. Being with like-minded servicemen and women who were also looking at transitioning and listening to the lectures at the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology gave me the idea to start a charity. I was then invited to the United States to Camp Pendleton to see how the US do transition, and what blew me away was the opportunities that were available to them. Returning home, the passion was there, and I continued back in uniform and quietly started Working Spirit, with no money but lots of support from friends in the business community, who helped me navigate the process to register and start a charity and also offer pro bono support, and I'll forever be grateful. When I launched Working Spirit in November of 2016 at the Transition Seminar, when the first break occurred, most of the military members raced for coffee. However, one approached the stand, and his name was Dennis. So he completed 21 years in the Navy as an electronics technician, and he was also being medically discharged. So he was looking for options to use his transition work experience. So fueled by my desire to help him, I went to work the next day and spoke to the people that maintained the PC-9 aircraft, and they believed in what I was doing. So they gave him a week's worth of work experience. So appreciative was Dennis, he drove over 2 hours each way for the opportunity at RAF Base PS with air flight. And in the January of 2017, he was offered the job, and he's still kicking goals post his ADF career. So this is just one story. Daily, we are seeing men and women who have their transition in, lost to see what they can do and how their skills from their service in the military translate into a civilian career. So by this time, I'm telling myself either I stand in the corner or do nothing, or I get in the ring. So I got in the ring and created more opportunities for veterans transitioning out of the Australian Defence Force. In 11 days' time, Working Spirit will celebrate 5 years of supporting veterans, and we've had over 500 veterans attend our events, and we have placed over 200. So we're pretty happy with that, but I think we can do more. So I can see in the room, you're all probably wondering how you can help. So we do a variety of events throughout the year. So one of them is our Military to Civilian Career Summit. This year we held our 9th summit, and it was the first time on a military base, and over 200 military attended. So these essentially are a job fair where companies can talk to veterans and listen to their experience in person rather than reading a resume. And these events have a proven track record, with some companies hiring on the spot if the member has then transition in. We also host networking events. One thing the Australian Defence Force did not teach me was the power of networking. So I created opportunities for military veterans to practice their networking skills in a relaxed environment. In 2019, we launched Woven, which is the Women Veteran Employment Program, to assist female veterans who choose to start an ADF career, mostly in part-time roles, but still allowing them to continue to serve in a reserve service. And we have our Corporate Fellowship Work Experience program. And this is the opportunity to place veterans into defence industry or the business sector to gain exposure by choosing the path of their next role outside of the ADF. This year, we have created a partnership with RSL WA to encompass the whole veteran family. So this not only includes the veteran, but their partner and children of working age. And to date, we have placed over 106 veterans and partners into employment in 2022. So one thing I wanted to promote whilst I have the floor, and in conjunction with RSL WA, there will be a Defence Industry Job Fair at the Port Kennedy RSL on the 1st of December. So if your company would like to be involved, please come and see Vince Connolly, raise your hand Vince, or myself on table 27, and we would more than welcome have your company attend. So in closing, I really want defence industry to change the narrative on how they can hire a veteran. Rather than releasing the job description and then the HR receiving the veteran's resume and not really understanding how their experience or skills translate, change the narrative. Ring the veteran, bring them in for a coffee, or even go straight to interview, because I can guarantee that they will sell themselves better in person than on a piece of paper. And finally, to the room, capture the talent and hire a veteran or a partner of a veteran, because it's as simple as that. Thank you.